Althea, which, by the way, is not connected to Hyrule. I'm not sure why people think it is, but it's not. I'm not sure about that, Henry. I think you need to stay out of the Outrealms. So this is the first appearance of the Fire Emblem, obviously. Naga, Anna, and Falchion. Actually, a lot of Awakening players are like, what's this with the Fire Emblem? Why is it a shield? I don't get it. It's always been a shield? At least, not always, because this is weird considering they named the series after it. It's different in every single game. It doesn't make sense. Like, it's the house of this... It's the house crest of this evil house that you totally trash for no reason. Okay, alright, sure. It's an evil stone with a demon inside it. Don't touch it. So also, a lot of you know Awakening? How many of you remember Anna? Yeah. Luckily, she's not in the dealer's room, but she is in just about every Fire Emblem game.
Oh no, Beth's face is covered.
Nurse Joy.
I was going to say there's a fan patch available for this game, which we're not going to talk about because we don't talk about illegal things in my panels. But just so you know, the script for every Fire Emblem is available for free on SereneTaurus.net. So if you don't know where to start, that's a good place to start. But anyway, Marth is totally in this game, and he totally looks just like this, and it's beautiful. Alright, so the next game is FE2, which is Gaiden. Yeah! How many of you actually know Gaiden? Wow, you're really cool. So Gaiden is about and Celica who have to reclaim the balance of their homeland. This is a really common theme, like so-and-so gets exiled, so-and-so's parents die, so-and-so has to reclaim the throne or else. So it sort of takes place during the storyline of FE1, but a lot of the characters are sort of in it, but sort of not. You get this Pegasus Knight trio that wasn't FE1, and they join you, and it's cool. You also get this knight guy who's totally not the knight guy you killed, even though he has the same face. Then he comes back later with a mask, he's like, I'm totally not the same guy, you guys. So this actually has the first use of multiple lords and monsters and world maps, which you see again in Sacred Stones. Yeah? So it also really influenced Radiant Dawn. If you look at the structure of Radiant Dawn and the structure of FE2's storyline, they're really similar, and I think that's really cool. Marth is not in this game. You meet a lot of his friends, but he's busy. The next game is FE3, which is Mystery of the Emblem. And this is actually the game where Marth's Smash Brothers appearance comes from, because this was the oldest one with him in it at the time. It's a direct sequel to the first game, Dark Dragon and the Sword of Light. It was later remade into FE12, which never came out here. It sort of had a truncated retelling of FE1 and 2, like the Cliff Notes version. This is what happened. Marth saved the world. Marth is cool. So he has to vanquish the evil dragon again, and he has to save his homeland again. And this is really, FE1 and FE2 are cool, but this is really where the series starts to find its own place. You start to see archetypes and character types and basic outlines that you're going to see again and again throughout the series. This is actually the most popular Fire Emblem in Japan. A lot of people, when Smash Brothers was still making announcements and we didn't know if Marth was going to get in, people were saying, oh, he's not popular, he's not going to get in, they're going to put Prom in instead. Marth is the most popular character in Fire Emblem. So this is probably the main reason why. This is also, like I said, remade later, and I think there's a fan patch for FE3, but I would say if you really want to experience this story and the previous one, get the remakes. And Marth is in this game. Alright. Yeah. How many of you know Genealogy of the Holy War? You are all super cool. Okay, so Genealogy of the Holy War is totally about Sigurd and not about his son. No. So basically Sigurd is this knight, and he has to work to restore the balance in his homeland again. But things get complicated really fast for Sigurd, and eventually his son Felice or Selif, depending on which version you go with, has to save the world. This is actually, you know how Awakening has that thing where you can pair up characters and then their babies come back from the future, like Sailor Chibi Moon, and save everything? This game sort of made that up, except without the future thing. I'm not going to, this is a spoiler-free panel as much as I can make it be, so stuff happens. So a lot of the mechanics here get used later in Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn and Awakening. Like there's that whole intergenerational thing, but how many of you love skills? Yeah, how many of you like some Aether? Yeah? So this story is super political. There's all these different countries, and like maneuvering, and you've got this main character who's double-crossing 4 different sides at the same time. It's totally crazy, and I totally love it. So this is technically the same world as 1 through 3, and 1 through 3 are then 11 and 12, and then they are later in Awakening because Lucina is Marth's great-great-great-great-great-granddaughter or something. But this takes place about 4,000 years before Marth's game. This is never really made explicit, but the series creator Kaga said so in interviews. But his notes are really cracky. If you know Genealogy, or if you read Genealogy script, play a fan patch, do whatever it is you need to do to experience this game, go ahead and read Kaga's notes because they are crazy. There was this one character who died, I'm not going to say who, but he dies and his son is trying to avenge him and all that. But what Kaga said is he didn't actually die, is that his half-brother put him in the basement and froze him. And he stayed forever young for like 20 years. And then he got unfrozen and lived a happy life with his daughter, who was, by the way, older than him now. It's really weird stuff. And there's a famous plot twist halfway through. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but let me tell you, it is smoking. I love FP4 jokes. And Marth, sadly, is not in this game. Alright, FP5, Thracia 776, anybody? Have any of you actually beaten this game? No. The 2 of you, you are perfect people. So Thracia 776 happens sort of at the same time as FP4. It's about Thalise's cousin Leaf. I'm just going to say Thalise because Thalith is actually really hard to say. It's about his cousin Leaf who has to save the world from this evil sect. It's totally all about this evil dark dragon. Is this sounding familiar to anyone? I'm having a little bit of deja vu here. So he has to stop this evil cult from, trashing the entire world. It takes place at the same time. It has some of the same cast and also some recurring characters, and then some completely new people. Almost all the cast is new. The dragon's name? Loft? I'd say Loft, or Loftier, or Loftus.
I guess.
Yeah. I think Awakening officialized it as Loftier, but, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. The 776 refers to the year the game takes place in. Yeah. Yeah, and Thracia is the country that Leaf comes from, that he's trying to basically the country splits in half and he has to reunite it and restore order to his kingdom again. So this has some really weird stuff going on in it. You can, you know how you got your horse unit, you got Frederick on his horse and he's like, yeah, Prince Crom. So imagine that Frederick's going into this castle and he's like, no, I mustn't let my horse poop in this castle. That would be so incredibly rude. He just gets off the horse.
Did you want to hold it?
That's what happens in this game. There's some weird stuff. You can also capture people instead of killing them, which can be really convenient, but then your people get captured and you have to chase people across the map. Sort of like when those thieves come in and they grab the chest. No, I needed that bomber. They're running. Imagine that, except it's your best mage. There's no Gale Force in this game. So this actually, this is like a really minor trivial thing, but Sachiko Wada did some of the portrait art for this. And Sachiko Wada, you might not know the name, but you have seen Sachiko Wada's art because Sachiko Wada did the portrait art for FE6, FE7, FE8, and she also did map design for FE9 and FE10, and I believe she was minorly involved in 11 and 12. Also, if you have Awakening, she drew Leaf's DLC art. Not that any of you care about Leaf. I care about Leaf. Okay, so this was the last Fire Emblem console game until 2005 because it bombed. It bombed hard. This game did not sell. It was really unfortunate. So for a long time, the series was sort of in flux. They didn't know what to do. The series creator Kaga said, you know what, I'm done with this, and he moved on to write Tearing Saga. I don't really know much about Tearing Saga. Anybody? Does anybody know Tearing Saga?
I have it too.
You are a saint. If you want, there's a microphone right back there. Do we have, like, is that microphone on? I just can't hear what people are saying. No, okay.
It's on.
Okay. Okay, if you just want to grab the mic and...
I just wanted to say it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
There was a copyright case where the creator was actually sued, and the company, I think it was Enterprise, was sued.
For making it so close. Oh, there we go. Making it so close to Fire Emblem. So, but I did play the game. It plays almost exactly the same. I didn't play much of it because it's all in Japanese, but it was still pretty good. So.
Yeah. From what I've heard, it uses a lot of the same archetypes as Fire Emblem, like the same kind of Morse characters, Pegasus Knights. Like they shifted the names a little bit, but you can very much tell that Kaga still wanted to make Fire Emblems. He just wasn't really getting along with intelligence systems at the time. And a lot of people, there is a sizable number of people on the internet who are really angry. They're like, nothing after FE5 counts. And those people just need to go outside. So at this point, they didn't really know what to do. All these games had been on console, they were on the NES, and so Intelligent Systems decided after a long time to take a different direction with the series. So we got the first handheld game. Oh, by the way, Marth is not in FE5. He's very sad about this. Look at that crown. So FE6 is The Binding Blade. Anybody? Yeah! This is actually, I'm being a traitor to my cosplay here, but this is my favorite handheld. So FE6 is the one with Roy in it. Anybody for Roy? Yeah! So if you like Roy, you should totally check out this game. If you like FE7, you should totally check out this game. Because again, there's a fan patch. They're actually updating it, and it's really good. So Roy is the son of Eliwood. How many of you know Eliwood? Yeah! So Roy is Eliwood's son, and he once again has to save the world. Of course. So like I said, this is the first handheld game, and it uses the same engine as 7 and 8. That's the original Fire Emblem and Sacred Stone. So if you've played either of those, you know how to play this game, kind of. It's harder. It's definitely harder, but it's good. This actually is how many of you know supports? How many of you love you some support? Yeah! This is the first game that has them. Okay. Earlier games sort of had lover conversations where they talk a couple times, like, hey Tinny, how's it going? Oh, everything's okay. Let's get married. Okay. They sort of had that going on, like, oh, here's this cool sword I found. It's got your name on it for some reason. Wow, cool. You know, that kind of thing. So it has a number of ties with Rekka no Ken, which is FE7, as I've been referencing it. Fire Emblem, just the first GBA one, the one with Lyn. But it has its own story, and a lot of people go into it expecting, like, oh, I'm going to get Lyn, I'm going to get Matthew, I'm going to get Layla, I'm totally going to get Layla on my team, I'm always playable. And it's really not like that, but at the same time, I think if you get past that and look at the characters on their own, they're really, really